Today we're just going to do a little refresher on scientific notation. So in scientific notation, a given number is written as the product of two numbers. So a coefficient and 10 raised to a power. So we use scientific notation in chemistry because we're often dealing with very large or very small numbers, and it's just tedious to write out all those zeros. We're going to do some example problems here. We'll do the first two together, and then I'll put up the answer for the third one so you can try it on your own. So for number one, what we first need to do is we need to write out our coefficient. So our coefficient here is just going to be the non-zero numbers. So it's 3.12, and then as we said before, you have to multiply it by 10 raised to a power. The way we're going to find our powers is by counting the amount of places to where we placed our decimal point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this answer is going to be 3.12 times 10 to the 9th. So now we have our zeros on the left of the number, making it a very small number. So here, we're still going to do the same thing. We're going to put our decimal place within our non-zero coefficients. So 6.3. We're still going to multiply it by 10, raised to. So now we have to go the other way to where we put the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since we're going from left to right here, we're going to say a negative 6. So why don't you try this one? Hopefully the answer you got was 4.1 times 10 to the negative 3. If that's not the answer you got, try it again, and if you still have questions, we can go over it in class. So it's important to be able to go from written out numbers to scientific notation, but it's also important to be able to go the other way as well. So for this one, what you're going to do first is you're going to write out the coefficient you have. So your decimal point here is in between the 4 and the 7. So that's where you're going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're doing it 6 because it's raised to the 6th. So every empty spot you're going to fill in a 0. So this next one we see that we have a negative, so we need to be going the other way. So we're going to start off with our coefficient. And our decimal place is in between the 5 and the 9. So we need to count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm moving 8 because our exponent is 8. And we're going to fill in the empty spaces. So we're just putting the 0 here after the decimal place just to show that it is a decimal. It's not a necessary number to be there, but it's the correct way. Why don't you try this last one on your own? Hopefully the answer you got was this. If you didn't get this answer, please check it over and try it again. If you have some questions, we can go over it in class. Next, I want to show you how to enter scientific notation onto your calculator. It's going to make it a little bit easier instead of writing out times 10 to a coefficient. So if you could see this, say if I'm going to do number 4. So it was 4.79. And instead of writing out times 10 to the 6th, we're going to press second and the comma. So above the comma is going to be that double E. Now if you see here, it's going to put an E. Then all you have to do is enter 6, because that was our exponent. You press enter, and you get the correct answer.